Hi everyone, this is Joy Banerjee and I'm a first year English honors student at Christ University, Bannerghatta Road campus, Bangalore. And today here I am going to talk to you about my experience of first semester in Christ University, both in online and offline mode, and the pros and cons of this university. And you as a student, if you are expecting to enter Christ University 2022, what you can expect, what you cannot expect from this university, and take a fair judgment call based on that. For students who are trying to enter Christ University and trying to find tips and tricks on how to crack it, I've already made the video before, and video is not going to be discussing on that. So if you want to watch, I can leave the description down in the description box down below. I can leave the video link, or else you can also check my channel. It's already highlighted video in the same. Now, coming to the pros and cons judgment. First, let's talk about the pros of Christ University. And the first thing that comes into mind before you check even the college, what the college has to offer, is the infrastructure. Is it good enough? Does it have good seats, good benches, good overall classroom environment that it can give you peace of mind? Yes, it is much more than that. I would say the infrastructure, the facilities available in the infrastructure as well are to the optimal level. You can expect a very balanced day-to-day life in there. There's not going to be much problems with accessing whatever features you want to do. You can access the lifts also here. I know it's like a very short statement. What difference does lift make? But once you get into campus life, you understand that lifts make a huge difference. When you are in a English honors student, you have to go to 6th floor. You understand that lifts are the make and break before you can enter a class. So yeah, infrastructure is well formed. Everything is well. Okay, prior notice: the infrastructure is well, but the area that we have is very less. Because we are in Bangalore, because we are in an urban city, I think so there's a problem with the area that they have. So in the central campus also, if you compare it with different universities and colleges in India, like for example IITs and IITs, they have a lot area for them, like 23-25 acres, but this is not the same with this. I mean, the area is very short. For Bannerghatta Road campus, there's just one whole big building that we just have. That's it. There's no playing ground. Otherwise, there's no event different. For event, there are some grounds laid out, but there's nothing here. So yeah, those are some cons for the infrastructure management, I could say. It's basically related to area. You don't have any area, but whatever you have, whatever is inside, whatever Christ University can do in the area that they have done it to the best level. So yeah, you can expect a very good life in those parameters. Second thing I want to talk about, events and the fest that happens here. So if someone says that because Christ is very hectic, because the Christ schedule is very hectic, and because of that you are not able to engage in fest events, I think so it's a very blatant lie they are telling to your face. Because I will say that in online courses again, it's not that possible to have events that engaging as well, because people are just not interested in to see just you on Zoom call and something like that. But the 1 month we were in the campus again, we were called back to the campus for end semester exam, and before that we had just 1 month of some freshers week and colors week and all those things. So I would just say that the events are so much that they were happening in such a quantity in the college at that point of time, that just the 1 month that we were there, the 30 days that we were there, something or some other was happening at all the time. During the break, we used to get a lunch break between 1 to 2, 12 to 1 sometimes. There used to happen something every time. I mean, I have not seen students go back to their PGs. I have not seen them go back to the hostels to eat food. They just stay. They just want to see what is happening there. Because of this, many students just miss their lunch, and that speaks volumes, because there's so much things happening. So I think so when we go back to campus again in offline mode, because of the pandemic, we are again struck back down to online mode. But again, once we go back to offline mode, I don't think so the events and festivals ever stop. And yeah, that's a very engaging note I would give to all the students. And again, if you think that your campus is not able to give, sometimes Lavasa campus, Delhi campus, Kangeri campus, sometimes they have these issues. You can always, I don't want to talk about Lavasa Delhi because I don't know about them, but at least I'm talking about Kangeri campus. I've seen this thing. You can always come to the central campus, and Bannerghatta Road campus students, you can always go to the central campus, because a lot more is happening there as well. So it's all about inclusivity. There's no restrictions basically. If you are from this campus or that campus, they will prohibit you, nothing like that. You can always enter, you can always go. Taking part is a different prospect. You will have to talk to the faculties and all those things. So yeah, events and fest are very much they are very much encouraged for the students, and yeah, you can take part in them, and basically you will not have a normal day ever in Christ University. That's what I'm trying to say. The third thing we come to is the facilities that the college offers, and facilities in the sense they're very basic understanding, but sometimes these things are not there. It creates a problem for the students. It just becomes like a headache that you don't want to have. So library, it's very well equipped. There are a lot of books. You can go to journal, research papers, everything that you want. Campus Wi-Fi also, it works very well, because what I've seen in different colleges, what I've seen from other students that I've talked to, there is a campus Wi-Fi. Yeah, they have 1 Gbps, but because so many students use it, it just does not work. you cannot just do anything. But here it's a profitable thing. Again, it's restrictive. It's basically the IP address is like, it works like an intranet based service, so you can watch specific only links on the internet. But still, it works overall well for you. You can go to Google, you can do research articles and all these things, so no problem with that. So I think so for me as a tech nerd, Wi-Fi should be the optimal service that the university should offer, because we are living out of town, we don't have Wi-Fi everywhere. So internet packages are very, I know it's cheap, but as a student, but still it's very expensive. So yeah, Wi-Fi is sorted there, so it works for you. The third thing I come to was like, again, basics like water stations as well. It's not very common things to say, but having a proper water station with proper RO, like water, it works just magnitudes in how you want your day-to-day life to progress. Because I'm going to say this to you, sometimes you might not find things that you want for like once in a day, once in a month or something like this. You might not be able to find them. ATMs are like sometimes present, sometimes the money has run out, so yeah, there is a problem with that. But the basics that you need to have, like, it's like you forget about those things, but if you don't have them, it becomes like it just ruins your day. Like basically, like, these things are available at the university, so you don't have to fret about that. The fourth thing I want to come to is the clubs. My god, university has so many clubs. I'm going to talk to you about this thing, but I think so it's too much. Honestly, I've like seen different colleges, I've talked to different students of different colleges, but my god, the Christ University offers so many clubs, so many wings, so many like committees that they have. Like, you'll be just confused on what to take. I remember when I was filling out my forms, I was like confused, like, what do I want to see, where do I want to go, and where do I want to get. And at the end of the day, currently I'm in 3 different committees, 3 different clubs, and I'm completely confused, and I'm always overpacked with these notitions. I'm like, why did I even sign up for them? Because they were all so enriching. Currently I'm in SWO as well. I'm currently in CAPS as well. I'm in the debating body of Christ University as well. So I'm like engaged in so many things, and I was thinking of, oh, I might also take a sport. Then it would become impossible for me to live life at Christ. So I'm just saying this to you, if you think that I have a little bit passion in something or the other, there is a club for that. Just remember this. And every year we are trying to make new clubs. Last year we did not have an entrepreneur club. Guess what? We just built an entrepreneur club this year itself for the economic students. So yeah, if you need a club will be made. Don't worry about this. And if you have any interest in whatever people have, some sort of any interest like drama, music, dance, anything, there's a club for that. But it's not just one club. Sometimes what happens, there's a hegemony created, and sometimes some people control the clubs. It's not like that. There's a lot of clubs you can take part in. Like, okay, you are specifically towards mime, you can take towards mime. You are specifically towards contemporary dance, you can take towards that club that works towards contemporary dance, and stuff like that. So it works according to your preferences, according to your like choices. So yeah, it works very well for you. So clubs will not be a problem, the committees and all those things. And now coming to the fifth part, the most important, education. What is education in Christ University? I would say it's discipline. Discipline, it's like what needs to be taught to you will be taught to you. Now the problem here comes is that because it follows the autocratic mindset of what school should be, colleges become a little bit less liberal for you, I would say. It becomes like you cannot miss classes, you cannot skip classes because of the attendance issue that everyone talks about. And because of this creates a problem for the students as well. But what I want to say is that teachers will come, what is in the syllabus they will teach you to the maximum strength they have. They will ask you doubts. Whatever doubts you have, they will try to clear it as much as they can. They will give you as much as resources possible to make sure that you understand. Why? Because I would say that what needs to be taught to you as a college should be respected. Because what I've seen in Calcutta University, Delhi University, it's not respected. I've seen in Calcutta University, I'm a student from Kolkata, I've seen my friends whose classes just get cancelled because it's raining. I mean, what an excuse. Like, I don't think so, like, in the age of Wi-Fi and internet that works so well, raining should ever interrupt the communication services between any classes. But just because it happens, the classes are cancelled. This does not happen in Christ, because we respect the students, we have paid fees, so I think so it's a respect to us that we are being given what we have answered. Take for example, just ask your parents, like, would they accept to these conditions that these colleges, different universities have? I'm not trying to demean them and trying to put a Christ University on a high pedestal. I'm just trying to say is that Christ University gives you what it promises. Delhi University, Calcutta University, Mumbai University, you have so many colleges. Because they are a little bit state funded, because they are much more lenient in their practices, there's a problem that might happen with you. For a student who just understands from classroom teaching, that person might not be able to learn. Yeah, you can learn anything from the internet, that always stays. But again, if you just have to do internet learning based whatever you want, like just take it something from the internet, Sparks notes or something like that, and just write it out in the exam hall, you can just do from IGNOU, like Indira Gandhi National Open University, right? Why Christ University is different? Because it teach you what you're not supposed to learn on the internet. And why will it work for you? Because there are teachers who are well learned in that. It's not like a normal BA teacher that we have. We have professors, we have PhD holders, we have scholars. So be rest assured, sometimes there might be something wrong with you particularly happening. There might be some sort of faculty that might pinpoint you and say like, okay, you are the problem in the class, okay, you are disturbing the class, or you are not the person that I want you in the class, because you're trying to be like, I don't want to attend this class, this teacher is boring and stuff like that. Situations like these are like cherry picking the incidents. But overall, I would say is what you need to be taught will be taught. That's it. That's the bottom line. Education will be there. Now coming to the cons, the first thing is discipline. Discipline is a very big subject in this university, and 85% attendance, leave that out. 85% does not even matter. 95% attendance is the criteria, because you have 5 marks for attendance, and 5 marks are only awarded when you get this 95% attendance. And that creates a pressure on you. I understand that. I understand 95%. And if you ask me, in 6 months of your semester you have, you can only take 12 days of holiday. That's it. 12 days of holiday. And I know that's insane to like fulfill your 85% criteria, but that's what Christ University proposes. Again, if you have extracurricular activities, sometimes you go out for some drama, dance club, because of that, you will always get attendance for that. Second thing is, if you have some medical leave, you will always get attendance for that. So don't worry. But as a student, you will have to promise a lot to the university, because it is also giving you a lot, so it expects discipline from you. So if you are not a student who wants to go to classes, if when you enroll into a college, I will not say don't come to Christ. I will say don't come to Christ. It will not work out for you. You will have to be disciplined. You will have to have a certain discipline in yourself to make sure that you are even getting attendance, so that you can write your end semester exam at the end of the day. Coming to your communication is a little bit strict. It's a little bit based on formal practices. You cannot just call up your teacher, ping up your teacher on WhatsApp. You will always have to maintain a sense of discipline and decency. So yeah, I don't know, it's not that important, I think so, but yeah, you cannot just make a random 10 p.m. call before the exam night and asking the teachers what they have been teaching, or like, so I have some doubt, something like that. So it will not work that way. Anyway, third thing I will talk about is the strict code of conduct. Oh my god. I don't want to say that Christ University creates such an environment, but I think so. It's a perceived notion by these people on the internet. Everyone just says that there is such a strict code of conduct. I would just say it's not strict code of conduct. It's basically a code of conduct that becomes strict for students who just do not have a discipline in themselves. I've seen these things happen with the students. Basically, I will just talk to you about a very simple example. If you take a medical leave, taking for example, if you have a medical leave and you take a, like I saw this from a different department actually. It's from the economics department as far as I remember. If someone takes a medical leave, take for example, I took a leave for 10 days. You have a like obligation for yourself. You have to, in the 15 days that you come back to the campus, under the 15 days, you have to submit all your medical reports and documents to the to the respective authorities and faculties. That's it. That's your condition that you must fulfill. Students don't do that. Students sometimes don't do that. They feel like, okay, I might not want to, and they just write an email that I want medical leave. That's it. The teachers reply back that I want your reports, I want everything, things. You have to follow certain procedure. There's a blue form and such like that. What I'm trying to say, there is a certain rule and procedure for everything. Like what happens in a government office, I would say. Like you have to fill out every certain sort of document. And yeah, as a student, you might think this is hectic. But again, this is the code of conduct. That's how it happens. They cannot just give you free attendance without any proper scrutiny of what has happened to you. What was the problem with you and all those things. And because of that, then the students come out in the open and they say like, Christ University sucks. Like it's such a strict college. I'm saying, no. You do not follow the code of conduct, and that's why a bad incident happened with you. So you are the person, you are the judgment maker. If you want to come to Christ University, you will have to follow these code of conducts. Just not taking the example of medical leave, but there's a lot of things. So yeah, you'll have to follow procedure, and everything will be taught to you in the semester as well. There's nothing that will be kept away from you. Every class will have some orientation. You also have an orientation about how exams are going to happen, how you want to follow the procedures and everything. So don't worry on those aspects, but still, what I would say to you is expect some sense of discipline in this university. Coming to the second thing is that there is no student unions in this university. There is no student politics that are allowed in this university. And yeah, coming to JNU and Islami Millia, like these colleges in our country, they are a good example that how student unions can become something like a force for the nation that people can work upon. But Christ University does not accept those things. So if you're a political science student, or if you're a person who is very radical in their approach or want to like make their voices heard, Christ University is not the place. So please do not engage with this university, because even your affiliation with some other political party, and it comes to the purview of like if Christ University sees that you are engaged with them, they can just rusticate you. So keep this thing clear in your mind. And the third thing that is a problem, sometimes not, it's the formal attire. So yeah, the Christ University has a formal attire problem that all the male students have to wear formal attire like shirt, pant, and all those things, and girls have to wear like an Indian ethnic, like Indian dress all the time. There's nothing like you cannot wear jeans, you cannot wear sneakers, you cannot wear sandals come to the classes, you cannot wear t-shirts and all those things. So there are some drawbacks, I would say, but it's again depends on you. Like if you're uncomfortable coming to class and living your life in a shirt and all those things, so yeah, if you think those are the negative drawbacks you don't want from a university, you can always go back. So again, coming to the points I've not discussed about is placements, campus, all those things, campus life. Again, placements I've not talked about because I think so there's a lot of information already on the internet. Placements is not a thing that you see in the first semester, so I was just talking about what the first semester had for me to offer. Coming to the examinations, what are the examinations in this university? I would say they are pretty good and well maintained. Like they have a good system to inform you beforehand whatever the assignments there are there. They will inform you before, like at least 2 weeks before, 1 week before sometimes, and it always works for you in the favor that you have a certain sort of understanding and judgment call to make on how you want to study and how you want to prioritize things. So I would say that it works very well. And coming to the examinations, one thing I loved about offline examination is that no student had to write the names on it. They had this particular barcode and the teacher did not know who was writing the exam, like who had written the paper. So it creates a sort of anonymity and creates a certain sense that you will be checked fairly. It will not be some biases carried against you by the teacher. Oh, you did not pay attention to my class, I will not listen to whatever you have to say. So those are the things that you can be happy about, that the examinations are like maintain your anonymity. It's basically like board exams, how it happens. So yeah, it works for you. Sometimes students are discouraged, sometimes they want the favorite faculties to know that okay, I'm the student ma'am, so that you can give me higher marks. But it does not work that way. So you will have to work hard, you will have to be disciplined, and you will be happy to have a good life. Again, coming to the campus life outside, yeah, you can do anything. After college hours, you can do anything, nobody cares. I'm seriously like, there's nothing seriously, when you come to campus life, some people say that okay, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. You want to go to clubs, you want to go for parties, you want to go for some trekking things, anything, you can go. Nobody stops you, nobody prohibits you, until and unless there is some commitment with you, with the college, that they want you at this particular point after the college hours, then yeah, you cannot go there. But again, coming to the freedom after college life, there's all freedom. Like, so you can treat it as like a 9 to 5 job as well. Like you are, like when you are in the college, you have to follow the strict code of conduct. Once you're out of it, you have a city, like a complete Bangalore city to explore, and yeah, it's up to you how you want to live your life there, and everything is very much independent and free for you. So yeah, coming to the overall aspect of semester 1, it was very fair for me. I was after all my examinations and grades awardance, I would say it was a very pleasant experience. There are some learning drawbacks that there is happening, like sometimes the communication between the teachers are not heard, or sometimes the students are not able to understand what the teacher was trying to say. But overall, you will see that Christ University, what it promises, it performs on that, and whatever the students are learning, it will be effective for them, because it basically teaches you discipline, and discipline in sometimes or the other in your life teaches you how to become a responsible citizen, as well as become the optimal citizen to serve the country. That's it. Thank you for listening to this TED Talk, I think, and yeah, thank you everyone for listening to this far of my YouTube video, and yeah, thank you everyone.